What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about Marksmanship Hunter. I haven't got to do a lot on my channel for Marksmanship Hunter, but I wanted the first guide to be it because people have been wanting me to talk about it and play it, which I will definitely. It's doing some really good damage right now on the PTR and even on retail. Uh, First things first, I want to say this is up in the air. Things could change in a matter of a week. Things get buffed, nerfed. I wanted to make a pre 10.2 one, and then I'm gonna do a 10.2 a couple weeks in, and then if there's any changes, I will also update you guys when that happens. First things first. What is Marksman even good at in keys? Well, the burst AoE is one of the best in the game right now. The amount of just purely amount of volleys and rapid fires are taking it right now. We're doing almost more than anyone right now. Demon Hunters are probably the only thing that could beat us. Next, we'll talk about stats. Our stats are haste, crit, mastery, verse. We want the haste because even with true shot, we want as many rapid fire and aim shots out during that window, and just having the haste really helps that. Crit helps a lot too, just based on the fact that when you crit, you deal more damage, so why wouldn't you want to crit? Next, now that we talked about stats, we could talk about the race. As you can tell, I'm an orc. Uh, I don't choose the best race, at least on PTO. But the best races, Horde, it is Torn, purely for the crit damage. The War Stump also helps the stun, since we don't have a lot of stuns. But they mainly take it for the crit damage. On Alliance side, we take Dwarf, basically for the same reason, plus Stone Form is broken, just because you could take off bleeds, poisons, and anything you want. Next, we'll talk about talents. Firstly, we'll go over the class tree for hunters. Then we'll go over to the marksmanship side of things. So, the beginning is pretty self-explanatory. You're taking kill, shot, post, haste, natural mending, counter shot, a bunch of just defensive and CC options that we'll go over later. But once we get down to the bottom tree is where things start to get different. This is more of a damage side of things. First things first, we'll talk about the right side since it's way more important. Master Marksman. A very good, just crit strikes, deal more, like, cause a bleed. Just really, really good. Then this leads into Serpent Sting and Hydra's Bite. Since our aim shot will be spreading Serpent Sting, we don't even need to have this on a bar. As you can tell, I have it on like B, which I never press. Next thing, we take Keen Eyesight, which goes into Death Chakram and one inserted shots, and then Exploding Shot. So these two together are an insane burst window, with another couple things on top of that is really good. Some things that I could see changing. I've seen this build where you take inserted shots and then you just throw one in, like, let's just say pathfinding. This gives value more to the bleed of Master Marksman, but I've also seen that not do as well. I think if anything will change, it's gonna be this. Just Serpent Sting and serrated shots. That's the only thing on this side that I could see changing. Maybe some like high explosive trap tech that comes out of nowhere, some enchantment tech. Everything's up in the air on this, like, on that CC stuff, but then we go over to the marksman side of things. So, if you're looking at it, it has not changed much. We're still the same talents down here, but first thing, of course, you'll take aim shot, take the first 3. We only put 1 in precise shots, just because we're not needing to spam multi-shot as much anymore, so we're not getting much value out of it. Rapid fire lone wolf, streamline, hunter's knowledge, careful aim, surging shots, very, very good talent right here. Focused aim, tactical reload, multi-shot, trick shots, volley, serpent stalker's trickery. Jeez. Anyone else think speaking is hard? True shot into eagle talons, true focus, annoying vision, which gives us the crit and crit damage that, you know, the Torn also brings and the Dwarf brings. Bullseye, Legacy of the Windrunners, and Windrunner's Guidance, which changed. If you want to know what changed, please go watch my last video. I was talking about the hunter changes in patch 10.2, but we'll go over it here too. Each wind arrow fired reduces the cooldown of rapid fire, more rapid fire, crazy. And every 8 wind arrows fired increases the duration of true shot by 1 second up to a maximum of 10 seconds. Which is absolutely insane. I've seen, like, you can get up to 28 seconds of true shot, which, that's like all of lust. Like, it's crazy. Then the left side of things is also kind of where we're gonna change things. So I don't think bullet storm's gonna be good, but if you're not having like 5+ targets every pull, it's gonna be better than light ammo. I attacked the target. I'm stupid. But it's not gonna be as good as light ammo will be. But if you have 5+, light ammo is just by far better. And I think this is what we're gonna run here. Light ammo into salvo. That's basically all what would change. I could see us taking target practice. I don't really know why. I could also see us going to like steady focus just to get more haste. And take something out of like, let's say, precise shots. But again, everything's up in the air. I actually really like this build right here. Gets a nice rapid fire build. Next, we'll go over a little bit of the rotation. Then we'll get into some other things that I want to talk about. So first, I personally like to start out with salvo, volley, true shot, auric racial, and get my rapid fire and cooldown, get explosive shot, death chakra, and just explosive shot until I have rapid fire off cooldown. And hopefully I get procs of them, because then they go on for longer. I have not gotten a single proc, I don't think. It's okay. So, a lot of what Marksman has turned into is basically fishing for these rapid fire procs. It's basically what your goal is, and I think that is a lot better than fishing for true shot ore ones, because I think fishing for true shot ore, like, it was kind of tedious. Some pulls you would get like 2, and some pulls you would get like you would get no pulls for like half the dungeon, and it's crazy. So A little damage breakdown, you can see rapid fire. This will be top damage no matter what. Aim shot got up there. Volleys, like, are doing something. But, and this is only going to get better when it gets to, like, let's say 8 targets. More and more damage. It's just going to be absolutely crazy. So next, I want to talk about some of the defensives and what Hunter could bring into M+. I feel like this doesn't get talked about too much during other people's guides, so I wanted to be different. First things first, go over the heals that we have. So, a heal that isn't as useful, but could still be useful is camouflage. Mainly just used to skip things, but it's a heal. Help out your healer a little bit. Secondly, we have exhilaration. This is just a 30% heal. Also heals a pet, but kind of useless when we don't need a pet and have one. Next, I count it as a heal and an increased max health, but it's Fortitude of the Bear. I forget this thing a lot. I don't blame you if you do, but this thing has saved me a lot even when I forget. Next, we'll talk about things that can help you survive one-shots. First things first, tedious one is Feign Death. If someone's casting onto you, you feign death onto someone else. And I'm sorry to whoever that is, but Hunter's gotta survive. Yeah. So, feign deathing, it will help. Plus, honestly, it will give cooldown for kicks and things. I've had a lot of that happen to me, where I don't have a cooldown, so I just feign death. Another thing that could help survive is survival of the fittest. Just a flat out 40% reduced damage. I wish it was a little bit less of a cooldown, but you know, what can you get as a hunter? Lastly, probably my favorite part of the defensive tree is Aspect of the Turtle. There's just a lot of things that would kill me, but don't, because I do a little cheeky thing. I click it on and then click it off once it happens. I don't ever stay in it usually, and if I do, it is literally because I heal or died and I'm trying not to die. Some CCs that you could bring to the group are Binding Shot. You can throw this down, help the tank kite. Touch Trap, another thing to help the tank kite. Freezing Trap to CC far away ads or like incorporeal or anything like that. Tranquilizing Shot, Enrages, bye bye. Magic Effects, bye bye. Also, we gain focus from it, kind of funny. We bring Misdirection, so aggro go bye bye. We don't get aggro unless we don't hit the button, because you know us hunters. Another thing they bring, which is new to this patch, is Hunter's Mark. If the target's 80% health or higher, they take 5% increased damage if they have Hunter's Mark. Which I low-key think this is actually a fun raid buff. Normally, a raid buff is just, you know, hitting the button and forgetting about it. I feel like Hunter's Mark will be more of a active, it's got an active role. I think on some bosses, Hunter's gonna be BIS for, let's say, Galakrond's Fall, where Galakrond does not drop below 80% health, and if he does, like, it's not long, just because he has a lot of health. So, you know, that is 5% damage through the whole time, and it's absolutely crazy. And last but not least, trinkets and embellishments. I have tried out some of the trinkets. I ended up on Augury of the Primal Flame. This has done a lot of damage on single target for me. Not as much in AoE, but I think single target damage for trinkets is a bit better. And then a stat stick one, Ashes of Embersoul, is very good for us. We have increased agility during our true shot, but then reduced haste after it, which we don't do any damage after it. Let's be honest. No, we do. We do insane damage after it, to be fair. Other trinkets that I found to be fairly good are the pips. I think just a stat stick. You kind of equip it and forget it. Mirror of Tormented Tomorrow, Fractured Tomorrow, sorry. This one's not as good. It doesn't line up with True Shot as much, but I've seen people use it. I don't think it's going to be good for Marksman, but I could be wrong. And then I want this to be good, just because I feel like this is a sick trinket, and we crit a lot, but it doesn't do any damage. So I would stick with these two at the beginning. There's some Mythic Plus trinkets that are gonna be good. The Withered Bark. Let me get the actual name of that real quick. I think it's like the... Oh my lord. Withered Bark's branch. It spawns orbs and then gives you mastery. I don't think this is gonna be as good just because mastery is not big stat for us. So I would still take the agility over it. But yeah, those trinkets. For embellishments, I don't have them, but they're right here. Blue silken lining. I think 2 of these is going to be best for Mythic Plus. Goodbye Shadow Flame Tempered Armor Patch. I haven't done a lot of testing with the Verdant Conduit. Actually, I haven't done any. I don't think it's gonna be that good, but I could be very wrong. I just feel like with stats right now, like as you can see, I'm only 448 and I have 38%, 33% haste, 40% crit. Like I need someone master and someone verse. Like honestly, I might be at 20% verse by the end of this. Like it's gonna be crazy. So that's all I want to talk about with the guide for Marksmanship. If you like what you watched, please like, follow, and subscribe. I stream on YouTube. I'm going to stream keys for all 3 specs. I wanted to get Marksman done first because I know some people have been asking me to do some Marksman content, and I promise I'm going to do some Marksman keys. I just on the PTR at the beginning of PTR it was kind of bad, so I didn't get to do any. Yeah, that's all I want to talk about. My next video will be a Beast Mastery guide, and peace.